The plane came down like a wounded bird, tearing through the gray winter sky before smashing into the frozen field with a sound that split the world in two. And in that moment, a single father running late for work became the only reason a billionaire would live to see another sunrise. Fire rolled across twisted metal, smoke clawed upward, and fear settled heavy in the air. But he did not stop, did not hesitate, because when life had already taken so much from him, saving another soul felt like the only thing that still made sense. If you believe stories of kindness can change lives, take a moment right now to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Ripple of Kindness. Because this story is about second chances, quiet heroes, and the unseen power of compassion. He had not planned to be near the small private airport that morning. He was a single dad named Aaron, a man shaped by long nights and short paychecks, driving his old truck through the cold to drop his daughter at school before heading to a construction job that barely covered rent. Life had been unforgiving since his wife passed away 3 years earlier, leaving him to learn how to braid hair, pack lunches, and hide his own exhaustion behind tired smiles. He carried guilt like a shadow, always wondering if he was enough for his child, always feeling one bad moment away from losing everything. When the explosion shook the ground and the sky filled with smoke, his first instinct was to run the other way, because fear is human, but something deeper pulled him forward. The wreckage was chaos. Metal screamed with heat, flames licked at torn wings, and the smell of fuel burned his lungs. He could hear cries inside the broken cabin, faint and desperate, and without thinking of headlines or rewards, he climbed over debris with raw hands and a pounding heart. Inside, he found her, trapped and bleeding, shock clouding her eyes, designer clothes torn and stained with ash. He did not know her name then, did not know she was one of the wealthiest women in the world, only that she was alive and running out of time. With borrowed strength and shaking arms, he freed her, shielded her from the fire, and carried her into the open cold while his own skin burned and his breath came in broken gasps. By the time emergency sirens cut through the distance, Aaron was already stepping back, fading into the smoke like he had never been there. He gave his coat to another survivor, checked once more that the woman was breathing, and then turned away. He left before cameras arrived, before questions could be asked, because he had a daughter waiting at school and a job that did not care about heroics. Saving her felt natural, but being seen felt dangerous, like tempting fate to take even more from him. The woman he saved woke in a hospital wrapped in silence and gratitude she could not express. Her name was Eleanor, a self-made billionaire who had built an empire from nothing, yet in that moment she felt smaller than she ever had. Doctors told her she should not have survived. Investigators spoke of luck, but she knew luck had hands, had a face she could not forget, a man with tired eyes and a steadiness born from loss. She asked for him everywhere, demanded names, offered rewards, but no one could find the man who disappeared into ordinary life. Aaron returned to his routine with burned palms and aching muscles, saying nothing of what happened. Bills piled up, work slowed, and winter pressed harder than usual. He struggled quietly, skipping meals so his daughter could eat, patching holes in boots instead of buying new ones. At night, memories of fire and screaming woke him, but he carried on because that was what single parents did. The world moved on, headlines faded, and the story of the crash became another forgotten tragedy, except for one woman who refused to forget. Months passed, and Eleanor healed physically, but something inside her shifted. Wealth no longer felt like armor, it felt like responsibility. She began searching differently, funding quiet investigations, following small details, listening to stories that never made the news. When she finally found Aaron's name attached to a hospital record for burn treatment, it felt like destiny catching its breath. She learned about his life, his loss, his daughter, and the way he never asked for help. And still she waited, because gratitude, she realized, should be given carefully, not loudly. The change came slowly for Aaron. A new job offer appeared without explanation, steady work with fair pay. His daughter received a scholarship to a school he never thought he could afford. Medical bills vanished from his mailbox. Each blessing felt unreal, like kindness finding him in pieces instead of all at once. He never connected it to the crash, never imagined the woman he saved was quietly lifting the weight from his shoulders. On a clear spring morning, Aaron stood at his daughter's school assembly, watching her smile without worry, when a familiar presence settled into the room like calm after a storm. Eleanor sat among other parents, not as a billionaire, not as a survivor, but as a woman carrying gratitude too big to keep silent. Their eyes met, recognition sparking like memory returning home. No words were needed to understand what they had given each other, life and purpose exchanged without contract or promise. Near the end of this story, if it has moved you even a little, please take a moment to like and share this video, and subscribe to Ripple of Kindness, because stories like this live only when they are passed on from heart to heart. Aaron never became famous. He never wanted to be. But he learned that vanishing does not mean being forgotten, and Alina learned that true wealth is not measured in numbers, but in lives touched when no one is watching. Together, without standing on a stage or shaking hands for cameras, they proved that kindness can echo longer than fire, louder than fear, and deeper than loss. Before this story ends, leave a comment below telling us what this moment meant to you, because your words might be the encouragement someone else needs today. And if this story touched your heart, please engage with the video one last time, because every like, every share, every comment keeps stories of quiet heroes alive, reminding the world that even when someone saves a life and disappears, the ripple of that kindness